Right, managed to strap it down okay, so I've got a strap on it and a wheel, so it's okay now, it's safe. Something I didn't expect, I must admit. So I'm just going to wallop some more grease in here on that bearing. Like that. And then there's a thrust washer with a D in it, D-shaped hole, and that goes on here, and there's a flat on that thread to stop it turning, and then a castellated nut. Like that. So what it says is to over tighten this to bed the bearings in together, and then back it off until there's no resistance on here. Now at the moment there's no play, so I'll just get my breaker bar and then we'll turn this. Over tighten it and then bring it back. That's probably bound up now, yeah. Let's bed the bearings in. So now I can put my normal spanner on it and tighten it up. Actually, I'm going to use my T-bar, it's more accurate. Better. So now I've got to find the hole which is there. That should line up perfectly for the split pin. Which I can't. Actually, I'm going to take that off. Should have done this before, actually. Found out where the hole was. My error. It is there. tight fit. I think it just needs all clout with a hammer, to be honest. Right, too much. There we go. I'm going to say there. Not happy about that. You can hear it rumbling. It's too loose. Right, I'm not going to put that split pin in because that really does seem too tight. So for now, I'm going to get the old one. Bear with me. See how that one fits. This one's a lot thinner. That'll do for me. Yeah. There's no play on that whatsoever. Cool. I think by the time that's travelled a few miles up the road, that will be hunky-dory. Right. Let's bend that back. Then I'll put the cap on afterwards. I have got one, but it's old and bashed, so I'll get a new one to put here. So 3 more things to go. That's the caliper, which I'll put on next, steering rack, and the anti-roll bar. Then we're done. Right, so let's give that another quick clean. be looking, there again you might not be looking, and noticing there's no studs. That's because I've knocked the studs out and I'll be replacing them. Because I'm getting wire wheels put on, I've got to have shorter studs coming out, because you have an adapter plate which goes on here with a splined centre hub coming out for the wheels to go onto, and the studs need to be quite short, obviously, so that the wheel can sit back against it. So the studs have been taken out and I will put in shorter ones later on. So this will have to come off again when I do that, but that's no big deal. It's not a huge job now, is it? Which is another reason not for putting this cap on yet. But suspension's on, steering upright is on. Brilliant. That's really what I want to get done this weekend. But what I am going to do is put the caliper on now, assuming that it does fit. Bear with me, let's get it. Let's give this a clean. Make sure I've got the right socket for it. That one. Right. Wish me luck. Hope that it all fits. Which it doesn't. That's got to go back further by the looks of it. Assuming that I've got that the right way round. Yes, I have. It's about 1/8 of an inch. Not far enough in. Seems like this hub is slightly too far out. So I shall investigate that and come back. Hello again. Right, I've solved the problem of this hub. I put the socket back onto this nut here and got my bar out, this one, and I really winged it up tight, really tight, because I was a bit suspect about these two bearings not being fully home in the housing when I first did it. When I tightened it out, I didn't want to over tighten it, that was the thing, but I didn't have any fears because it wound up probably about another turn, and when I backed it off, beautiful. That's really revolving lovely now. There's no play in that at all. Well, there shouldn't be, should there? But I'm really pleased with that now. That feels gorgeous. So I'm pleased I did that. I was just a little bit wary of over tightening it, you know, which is probably why I didn't carry on as much as I should have done. I thought, no, for some reason this disc was not pushed back far enough. That was the only thing it could be, which means that the bearings weren't fully home, but they are now, and that revolves brilliantly. So now I'm hoping, fingers crossed, I'm hoping that this caliper will now fit. So let's get these sockets and stuff ready and try it. Now when I've put this caliper on, the next thing I want to do is put the steering rack on, which is literally just a few bolts, he says. Oh right, that's promising. That's sliding on. So it looks like that worked. We won't know until I tighten these bolts up. That's the thing. It might fit like this, but will it fit with the bolts tightened up? I mean, in theory it should do, because if anything it's pushing it this way a bit, the caliper. So if it fits on like that, then it should, as I say, in theory. Just give it a go, see what happens. This is the fun thing about building this car, because it's all trial and error, I would say, but a lot of it is into the unknown, because you know I've not done this before, not on this particular car anyway. Yes, look at that. And she turns. Fabulous, absolutely fabulous. I'm one happy person. It sounds lovely. Good. Okay. Looks quite smart actually, doesn't it? I think I'll paint these red eventually. I will hand paint those. I won't spray them. And that will set off nicely against the chrome wire wheels, silver hub, and the silver of the wishbones, and the red of the shock absorber. The shock absorber was black, I sprayed that red. So it's going to look rather pretty. Right, let's give this one more clean. And then we can put the steering rack on. And the other thing, when I put this nut back on, this nut went on quite a bit further, which enabled this split pin to go in easier. So it's all adding up. But the nice thing about it is that when I come to do the other side, which I won't bore you with by the way, I would just do that, I won't film it. At least I know what to do now when I come to do the other side. See, when I did it on the dry assembly, I just literally just fitted it dry, so I didn't know anything about this, but that's all looking rather lovely and sounding and feeling lovely too. Really pleased with that. Excellent. Right, let's get on and do the steering rack. Okay, so I should go and get that and come back to you in about 5 minutes. I'll have a cigarette break and then come back to it. Okay, so I'll see you in a minute. Bye for now. Bye. Right, hello again. We're now at the front of the car facing towards the rear, and this is the steering rack just roughly placed into position. I've got the mountain brake plates on. These are the brackets, and these are the brackets here, and that is a poly bush for shock absorbent, so you don't get any nasty harsh feelings through the steering wheel. So really this is just a case of 4 nuts and washers really to hold it down. It's got a flat on the bottom here, on this bracket plate there's a flat running along the bottom here, so when that gets bolted down, that should in theory rest squarely on the chassis. So let's get to it. Right, couple of nuts and couple of washers for this side. I'm so pleased about that hub. Can't get over that. And it's something I'm not going to have to do again. Well, apart from doing this side of course. Why didn't I think of that before? Got it. Right, back round the other side. Okay, so final part for the for the steering rack is connecting it to the steering link arm here via the track rod end. So first of all we have to align this up and push it into position. Do for now, and we can pull it down with the nut and washer. Again, nylon nut, but because this is a replacement track rod end, it's got a metric, not an AF nut on the end. So this is a 17mm nut. And what I didn't do, and that was put some copper slip on it. forgot. Same as what I did at the top here, so that when I come to replace it, if need be, it's not going to be totally seized on. Might as well do it. Right, copper slip. Job done. So that's the track rod end on, along with the steering rack. So just the anti-roll bar to fit now. So I'll see you a bit later. Okay, so bye for now. Hello again. Right, final part of the video. So what I should be doing now is to be placing the anti-roll bar, front anti-roll bar, which is a thicker version than the standard one, which is normally on the Vitesse. And I've gone for the thicker one because that's going to aid with any understeer with the help of the revised rear leaf spring, which, as you know, I've now got pivoting. So the front anti-roll bar attaches here and then connects to the lower wishbone here. So I've just freshly painted it. I think it's dry enough to touch anyway. So let's get cracking and then we can finish the video. Not much room. Right, I'll do for the moment. It's not going to fall off. So the next thing is to try and orientate this ball joint here. That goes on the other end here. So if I offer that up and make sure it's the right way around. side. That way. That's it, that's better. Take that one off, put this one on loosely. And then offer it up into there, this little bracket. And because of the way the wishbone is, I'm going to have to put that in first, I think. Try it that way. I don't think this is going to work, but we'll give it a go. I might have to jack the wishbone up if I haven't got enough movement. Let's try that. Yeah. Why isn't my symbol? Better? On. Right. There we go. Right, it's that one. So what that's done now, doing it that way, is if I pinch this up, I wouldn't have known if that would been in the correct position in that plane. Because that's now connected up, that can't go anywhere, that's in the right position. So now I can pinch these up and it should all be working well, but I need to get another spanner for here. Bear with me. Okay, so they're all tightened up. Just check that one again. Yep. Okay, so now I should, in theory, be able to tighten those up and pinch them down. Right. That is it. Believe it or not. And that's good because it's squeezed all the grease out, which means that that is down tight now. And it's on there. Job done. So I can pack up, and that is now one side complete, apart from brake shoes and a brake line, which I won't be putting in just yet, but the main part is done. So all I've got to do is do all that again over the other side, but at least I know what to do now. Hurrah! Right, well, I'm going to chop the video there and go in and have some dinner. And I think that's turned out really well. I'm chuffed to bits, excuse me, chuffed to bits with the way this has come out. It's gone as I planned, but there were things along the line which you saw, like the drum not fitting perfectly first time, but I know why now, so that's cool. I can remember that to do on the other side. But yeah, beautiful, really pleased. Okay, well, I hope you've enjoyed these two videos. I know they've been a bit long and fluffy, but there's absolutely bugger all I can do about that, I'm afraid. I will speed up the bits where I think I can speed up, like where I'm doing up nuts and things. You don't need to see the whole sequence of that. And this is sitting perfectly. Although that's hanging down, the actual wheel itself is not too far off being vertical. So that's good. So by the time that's settled down with the engine on, taking the weight down, and this sitting on the ground, then that should be in the right position, where these should be near enough parallel, near enough. Okay, so that's it. So I'll catch you on the next video. I don't know what that will be. Probably the rear suspension, I would think, which is going to be hell. I know it is, but we'll take it in bits and see how we get on. Right, bye for now and catch you later. Bye.